I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. You ain't getting shit.
If you enjoy watching videos like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more intense and dramatic courtroom hearings. Now let's jump back into today's case, and trust me, it gets intense. In this hearing, we're looking at a serious courtroom dispute involving a mother who is refusing to pay child support that, according to the court, she rightfully owes. Things quickly become heated, and emotions run high. She becomes visibly upset and defensive, offering one excuse after another. Meanwhile, the father stays calm and composed throughout most of the hearing. He even gets some support from friends, who join the Zoom call near the end. What really stands out in this case is that the mother has already lost custody of the children, though it's unclear why, and now she owes over $3,000 in unpaid support. She appears to be doing everything she can to avoid paying. The tension in this hearing is unmistakable, and it all gets pretty dramatic by the end.
Has the mother made any direct payments to you for the support of the children?
No, sir.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No extra information. Well, you know what? She did. My son did run away when he was in the summer of before he turned 18, and then he went to go live with his brother. So that would that's what he did, and so he's lived with his brother for I'd say about 7, 8 months. I can't remember the exact time. It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
And did you agree during that time frame for the child to live with someone else?
Yeah,
No.
to live with his brother.
No.
Ms. Hagwood, no one's asking you a question right now.
And just to confirm, sir, about how long did the child live with the other sibling?
It's about 7 or 8 months, I believe. I'm kind of off. Like I said, it's been a very long time.
Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Sherry Ann Baldwin.
I'm sorry, is your last name also Hagwood?
That's my maiden name, and it's Haygood.
Haygood. Okay, thank you, ma'am. As it relates to the child support judgment, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $2,367.20 as of March 31st, 2024. I'm requesting that you pay that back at $150 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
Explain to the court why you're not in agreement to the amount that you owe.
Well, I got a phone call.
Know your thoughts in the comments. But for now, let's dive into what happens next. I don't know about you, but there's definitely a lot of tension coming from Sherry Hagwood's side. It's clear the judge is not pleased with her behavior. She interrupts the father several times, and it's hard not to notice how one of his friends is watching the whole thing unfold on the call, almost like he's there for moral support. Let me know what you think so far. From what I can see, the father seems open and honest, while the mother is trying to twist the narrative. Let's get back into it and see how things continue to unfold. Now, I'm not entirely convinced by what she's saying. It's clear there's some confusion.
February 1st of 2022 from my oldest son, who is, Lewis isn't the father, Dylan Haygood. And he told me that my son Lewis is there. He's been thrown out. And he doesn't know what to do. So I start helping. Lewis comes over here and he's staying with me for a few weeks. He's staying with his brother. And then finally he moves in with me April 1st of 22. And he's been away from his father ever since. Me and his brother's been caring for him, his eyeglasses, his doctor's appointments, getting him to court. I have documentation from the court stating that he was with me and his brother, probation officers that are willing to whatever y'all need them to write up. But I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for.
And during that time,
That's
thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And during that time frame, when the child started to reside with you, did you petition the court to change the child support to reflect
Yes,
that
sir.
the child was living with you?
Yes, sir. I called y'all immediately and I emailed the court paper that I had stating that he was living with his brother. And then I went and got the lady told me to do this.
Ms. Haygood?
The whatever child support officer I spoke with told me to go file this with the courts, and it's my name is Sherry Ann Baldwin. I am the mother and the child of Luis Mendoza. He has resided with me since April 1st, 2022, and is currently residing in Johnson County, and it's signed and dated.
Again,
And
Ms.
then,
Hager, Ms. Hager,
pardon me.
the question that was asked is, did you petition the court to change the child support amount? Now, did you file a paperwork stating that the child was living with you? My question was, did you petition the court to request that the child support be changed to reflect that the child was residing with you?
Yes, sir, I did.
What's their case number, ma'am?
Well, I called y'all and told you that he was living with me and not the father. She told me to send in the paperwork that I had, so I did. And then she said she had 190 days to contact the father and that y'all would get a hold of me. And then she said that they froze the funds. And
Or maybe she's not being completely honest. If she wanted to make changes to her child support obligations, the correct way would have been to contact the court, file a formal request, and get approval. Just ignoring payments doesn't help, and it can really backfire. It doesn't make sense to avoid the legal process, whether you agree with the amount.
As it relates to the medical support, ma'am, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $849.32 as of March 31st, 2024, and requesting that you pay that back at $50 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
no, sir.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying that amount?
Because I feel like I was the one caring for his needs. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. I don't have extra money like that. I can't be taking him to the eye doctor and to appointments and feeding him and clothing him and paying him his father child support.
And just to confirm, ma'am, when you say that you're paying the father child support for a child that's residing with you, when exactly did you pay those amounts to the father?
I have documentation of every child support payment I ever made, and I have documentation of it.
And ma'am,
And
were you able to review
pardon?
the report that was provided on the screen as it relates to
I
the
couldn't
child
really
support payment?
see. I couldn't really see, but
And
I
would you like for
stopped
me to
paying
show that
after April
April of what year, ma'am?
22. I stopped paying, and that's when I went and got the documentation that he was living with me full time.
All right, we have to understand one thing. The Attorney General's office is not the court. You can ask the AG's office to do a lot of stuff. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to file something for you that might help you, but they're not the court.
Amount or not. Even if the child moved in with a relative, she still needed to update the court. That's the only way to make things official and avoid future issues. Let's see if she offers any more explanation as the hearing continues. What I really appreciate, here is how the judge stays firm and holds her accountable. After all these years, the divorce happened nearly a decade ago. It's hard to believe she didn't know she needed to go through the court to make changes. That's basic procedure. In the next part of the clip, she completely loses her temper. The judge steps in and addresses her behavior directly. It's clear she went too far. Let's take a look at that final exchange. That ending was definitely uncomfortable to watch. I honestly doubt she'll end up paying what she owes. I couldn't.
Don't file anything with the court, then it's almost like nothing ever happened because the AG has discretion to do what they like, which means they could file something or they could not file something. They didn't file anything. Separately, what you're supposed to do is file something with the court, and nothing was ever filed with the court. I don't work for the AG's office. The judges in the courthouse don't work for the AG's office. So you can tell me all day long that you talk to the AG's office, but that's not the court. So I can't modify your order. You were responsible to modify your own order if the AG didn't want to help you, or if you wanted to do it on your own. It's very simple to do, and that hasn't happened. So you owe these arrears. It's a very small amount. You owe the full amounts that are owed. You decided not to make payments. So you owe $2,367.20, payable at $150 a month, and medical support arrears of $849.32, payable at $50 a month. If there's money on hold, then they will try to forward that towards those amounts. And then if there's any remaining balance, then those are the monthly payments. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You ain't getting shit. You
Ms.
ain't
Haygood,
getting
you want me to find you in contempt of court? Ms. Haygood, I can fine you $50 for contempt of court for cussing in my court. So please, don't act like a child. We don't need
I
to.
thought I was off. I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, be respectful. All right, y'all can press.
Find any update on this specific case, but it wouldn't be surprising if the payments were never made. Still, after watching everything, I'm not fully convinced the father should get the full amount either, especially if the child wasn't living with him at the time. That said, the mother's behavior in court didn't help her case at all. Even when muted, you have to be respectful. In this instance, she blurted out something inappropriate, and it cost her a $50 fine. Honestly, I think the judge went easy on her. Refusing to cooperate with the judge made the whole situation worse and undermined the process. It's no wonder the custody decision went the way it did. That wraps up this video. I'd love to hear what you think. Feel free to leave a comment below. I read everyone and will respond personally. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more real courtroom content. Thanks for watching and take care.